All right, candle range theory trader back with you for another video on swing trading with the candle range theory. So let's not waste time and get straight to it. So this video is going to cover just a few things, benefits of swing trading, and also we're going to back test our swing trading examples. So benefits of swing trading. Why swing trading is one of the best ways to trade. Number one, you have a balanced time commitment. What I mean by that is when you take a swing trade, you're not sitting in front of the charts all day, every day, like a day trader or a scalper would normally do. You take one trade, and ideally, you just walk away from the chart. You're done. So this is perfect for people who work, have a job, have a family, etc. This is for you. Second, you have a higher profit potential per trade. So you're not in and out unlike a scalper or a day trader. You tend to focus on bigger moves because you're catching a trend and you're expecting that trend to extend to a certain point. And lastly, you're also going to have reduced emotional stress because let's not pretend that it's not stressful watching price constantly go up and down, up and down. When you're a swing trader, ideally, when you do it right, you have a lower stress level as a result of taking a trade because you've plotted and planned it all out. You know the worst case scenario and the best case scenario, and you take refuge in your plan knowing that, hey, look, I've done the work. This is what I'm expecting. And you just let the plan work out. So, this video will make more sense to you if you watch the what is a baseline video in the description as well. This is specifically focusing on swing trading with candle range theory. If you do not know what that is, once again, pause this video, look at the what is the candle range theory in the description, then come back to this one and this video will make a lot more sense. So, but if you've done all that, let's go to the charts. So we are on Swiss yen. All right. I just picked a pair at random. I'm going to pick a random day here. I'm doing this on the fly because it is what it is. Bang, we'll do that. March 4th of last year. We hit replay. And here we go. All right, now let me explain the criteria of what we're looking for. Here is the goal. First off, the bedrock of this is our ATR candle. Let me reset this. Okay, I don't know what happened there. So let me do that and undo what I just did. All right, well, let's do this then. There we go. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so let's explain what we're looking at. We have a 20 period exponential moving average right here. Okay, 20 period at EMA. We have our ATR candle indicator. That's all we need as far as indicators go. If we see a blue candle, that is a signal to go long. We wait for our money candle to go below and then close inside the range, and then that is our signal to buy. But the last catch to that is that it must take place above our baseline or our blue candle, or I'm sorry, our 20 EMA. So just to put it simply, we want to see blue candles above this blue line, this moving average, and we want to see yellow candles. This is our signal to go short below this blue line, which is the 20 EMA. That's it. That's all we're looking for. Okay. So I'll talk you through this. And so this is just a replay on TradingView. I think this is a free I have the paid subscription plan for $14.95 a month, but I think you can do this on the free plan. I'm not 100% sure though. So let's go through this and we'll go through how to back test this. So I'm just starting on this random day here. I didn't already practice this, so we'll just walk through it. So the first thing I'm looking for is an ATR candle. Now we already have a blue one right here, but this is below the baseline. And remember, because we are swing traders, what we're looking for is a blue candle that is above the baseline. All right, and let me just plug in my computer here real quick. This is a very informal video. Since my battery's about to die, I want to be sure the computer doesn't die in the middle of me filming this. So there we go. That's good to go. All right, so, and actually, okay, so this one right here is what we would like to see. We have a yellow candle below the baseline. And then, let me make this a little bigger. But this is a picture pretty much of what we're going to be looking for moving forward. Yellow candle, and then price pokes above, closes below. Goes up a little bit more, but not really that much of a significant break. It breaks it by about 11 pips, which isn't enough for me. This range here is still valid. This range here. So, and then price tanks right here. All right, so this will be a short play. Yellow means short. And that would have been good for about 50 pips or so. All right. And then just the opposite on the other side. Blue candles above the line, yellow candles beneath it. So let's go forward. Let's stop wasting time. Here we go. Black candles, that just means I'm not interested in them. I changed the color of them. All right, and this is a 4-hour chart. Okay, so we have a blue candle here, but it's not above the baseline. Actually, it turned black, so we won't worry about that. Again, and it's a waiting game because this setup does not occur all that often. So what I like to do is watch multiple pairs and see which pair gives it to me first. And then from there, I go into it. Okay. When you see the ATR candle turn colors, like sometimes it might be blue for a little bit, then it turns. That just means at the time it was above the average true range, but when a candle closed, it actually didn't exceed it. So it's still going to be black. And that's where that comes in. All right, so we have a blue candle here, but it's below our baseline. So we're not looking at that one for the sake of the swing trade. You will see blue candles that will still work out, or blue ranges that will still work out sometimes. But like I said, for now, we're not focused on that. Now, here we go. Yellow candle below the baseline. All right, 4-hour chart. So now what we do, this is our candle range high. We'll mark that. So our next candle, we want to see if it'll be a money candle and just poke above this high. Let me mark this candle range high. There we go. And we're going to see what the next candle does. Okay, doesn't quite hit it. Some people would take this. Sometimes equal lows do pay out, but I like to see a break and then a close below. So I'm going to let this go. Now this is better because see how it poked above. Let me make this a little bigger. Poked above and then closed inside. So this right here is valid to me. So I would sell at this point. So I'll just put a line up here for the sake of the thing. So we'll just say entry here. If price closes above the range, then it's going to be a loss. Let's see, entry there. Let's see what happens on the next candle. All right, so you got a little action there. That was about 20 pips. And now, for swing traders, obviously, what we like to see if we're swing trading is for price to break below the range here. But sometimes you may not always get that because see how long this has been trending down? As we know, price does not go down forever. So because see how this range right here, see how this low was broken? Let me do this. Candle range low. Okay, see how the low of this yellow candle was broken right here and then price tanked? Ideally, we want to see the same thing happen down. Well, I don't need that anymore. We'd like to see the same thing happen down here, but it may or may not happen. So at a bare minimum, we like to see price hit the range low, but we'll see what happens. So let's keep going. Okay, so obviously tank there, so that's good. Close below it as well. Will it keep going? I don't know. Let's see. All right, so if we would have took profit here at the close of this candle, that would have been good for 83 pips. At the zenith, it was down about 102. So now it depends on your profit targets. I'm good with 100, honestly. So we'll count that as a win. And let's keep going. But as you can see, price kept right on going down. So it's still trending. So profit targets, how I look at profit targets, I look at the ADR of a pair. And it just depends. I know typically the yen pairs are over 100. But again, it just depends. So we'll count that as a win, though. All right, so we'll see if we can find one more, and then we'll move to another pair. Let me get rid of the drawings. We'll start fresh. Now, here's a yellow candle, and it closes at the baseline. So mark our range high. And our range low. Now we're going to see if a money candle can develop. But the thing is, here's the beautiful thing about having this baseline. And again, credit to No Nonsense Forex for this concept. If price closes above the baseline, it's probably going to keep going in that direction. So if price closes above the 20 EMA again, it's probably going to keep going up. So let's see what happens on the next candle. Okay, so it's right there at it as far as the range goes, but it's above the baseline. So just sticking straight to rules, I would not take this. And that's predominantly because, and again, some of this just comes with chart time, and I could always be wrong. But this has been going down for so long that I'm anticipating price to just keep rising. Plus it closed above the baseline. But let's see what happens. Okay. Back inside the range, bouncing off the 20. Okay, still closing above it a little bit. The 20 EMA. Back inside of it. Back inside a little bit. It's kind of chopping here at the 20, so it's consolidating. Okay, and then it's gone down. Now notice here, it did close below the baseline and closed here as well. So, but all this, we're really not trading that because this range to me was broken because price went above it over 50, 60 pips. So I'm not trying to trade this hoping that it comes back down. No, this is just something that I wouldn't trade because the criteria just wasn't met. I'm not trying to get in up here. Remember, yellow candle below the baseline. We want price action to ideally stay below the baseline like it did up here. If it starts going above the baseline using this method, we're not trading that. So we get rid of our drawings and we wait for the next setup. All right, so we have a yellow candle, but it's above the baseline. Clearly, I'm not messing with that. If it's above the baseline, I want to see a blue candle because I want to see trend going up. Okay, so we have a blue candle here, but it closed below the baseline. I'm still interested in this because I'm anticipating that perhaps the 20 EMA will act as somewhat of a support. So I'm going to put my range low here and the high here. And I wait for the next candle, see what it's going to do. Okay, and it closed close to the range in. Let's see how far it closed. So for this is how you do this to see if a range is still valid or not. My rule is like 20 to 25 pips, depending on the ATR of the pair. But from the bottom of the range to this candle close, it only broke at about 12 pips. So I'm going to go ahead and get in here. Stop loss would go below the low, but let's see here. Entry there because I'm anticipating this being a money candle because it didn't break this low, this range too much. And I'm anticipating this this being a retrace, bounce up. I'm looking at this as a pullback money candle, price continuing to go up because yes, is it below the baseline? Yes. Some of this though, you have to trade by intuition. All right. Because I'm anticipating the price to just pull back and keep going because even though it's below the baseline, this blue candle here, this range is still good to me because it didn't exactly break out. Could always be wrong, but let's see what happens. Okay, still inside the money candle. So as long as the low of this money candle holds, then I'm still in the trade. And bang. Now, a little bit of drawdown there, but it wasn't significant enough. So this entry would have been good for 83 pips. Now, can it keep going though? Let's see. Yes, it can. Because you're catching trend. Still going. Still going. Still going. See? So part of this is just, keeping track of the pair. From the entry, we're up 200 pips. I'd be good with that personally. But as you can see, what we like to see when we're swing trading is a breakout of the range and a continuation onward. We're not trading here though. I only teach one entry. All right. So you get your best entry here. And if you'd did a standard on this, that would have been $2,000. All right. So, we're not necessarily standard, but if you had, we'll say $10 per pip, that would have been $2,000 right there. I don't know about the lot size. All right. So that's enough of the yen. We'll get rid of that. Let's go to, let's try pound. No, we'll try Euro New Zealand. We'll go to a random day. Let's just say, I don't know, July 11th. Replay. All right, here we go. So when you come to the chart, the first thing you're always going to notice, okay, where is price in relation to my baseline? Okay, my 20 EMA, it's above. So what color candle am I looking for? Blue candles. So let's go. Okay, so same type of idea here. Got a blue candle. Is it below the baseline? Yes. But is it possible that trend can still be long? It is. High. Candle range low. All right, and we already got a money candle. Again, we're still on the 4-hour chart. So price poked below the range, closed back inside it. Let's go ahead and get in, see what happens. It's okay to lose, guys. This thing is not 100%. All right, our stop loss ideally would be below the money candle. Okay, price is still inside the money candle, so I'm not. It's got to close below it for me to think, okay, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. All right, loss. Thank you. Now, typically though, you want to have your stop set so you're not suffering all through this sharp spike down. Okay, be sure to have a stop loss. So we'll move the drawings. All right, and keep going. So now the trend is short. I want to see yellow candles. Okay, if price is under the baseline, I want to see yellow. Yellow ATR candles only. Bang, we got one. All right, let's mark out our range. Candle range high, candle range low. All right, next we dope. It's not time to trade yet. We need to see a money candle, and ideally, if price can bounce off our baseline, the 20 EMA, then that would be cool. All right, so we got a tricky one here. So the thing is, yes, we're still in the range, okay, right? But it ate up a large part of our range too. So from our entry video, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the video I did on entries. We can draw a fib on our money candle, and we try to enter right here at this 50% line. So we'll just say if price can retrace to this level here, we'll count that as our entry. If it does a straight drop, then we just missed it. So we'll put an entry here. You can do this as pending orders, whatever, but your stop loss will still go above this high. All right. So let's see what price does though, if it retraces and drops or what, because we're still staying on the 4-hour chart. I'm not dropping down to a lower time frame. All right, so it did go up, right? And it spiked above. It did bounce at the 20 and it pinned it. It is still below the baseline. Okay, so this would have to be a judgment call by you yourself because this range is still good. And let me tell you why. It only closed above it by we'll say 5 pips. That's not a strong enough of a breakout of the range to me. And you also have the 20 EMA here. So I would stick with it, see how it is, but my stop loss will be above this high here. Okay. So let's see what happens next. It could just shoot up too. We'll see what happens. All right. So now you see it's closed. It spiked it again. Okay. Doji candle. And now, boom, got the spike up. So we lost. Oop, didn't want to do that. So we'll get rid of our drawings. And that was a loser. But obviously, you want to keep your stop losses tight if it's around the baseline. So a stop loss right above this high here would have been fine. So instead of being stopped out all the way up here, you're just stopped out right here. All right. Because typically when price is starting to cross the baseline, it's going to keep going. All right. So now we have price above the baseline. So now we're looking for blue candles. Let's go. Okay, like I said, this is the beauty of the baseline. Gives you the trend. All right, trend's still long. Okay, that candle was blue, but didn't stay that way. All right, so we have a blue candle here at the baseline. So again, you don't have to trade this, but if you want to mark it as a range, you can. If you think that it could bounce, it might not. We don't know. We don't predict, we just react. But we're going to go ahead and define this range. And let's see if we get a money candle. Okay, we do. These kind of equal highs. I would throw a fib on there though to see if price can retrace. Well, let's see. Hold on. The price is pretty much already there. So if we think trend is going to continue, we could just go ahead and enter. So we'll put an entry there. And our stop loss will still be below this low. Let's see what happens. Okay, so the range is met. So that's good. Now, let me give you the secret here. If you're just watching this and say if you have a trailing stop or you just kind of check it every 4 hours, etc. If you're in the trade, let's say this is your entry here, and price starts to close back below your baseline, which is the EMA, the 20 EMA, get out of the trade. Because if it closes below this baseline, it's probably going to keep going. But let's see what we got. But again, if you wanted to just take your profit at the top of the range, which you can do, that would have been good for 60, 70 pips. Your safest bet when you're using this method is going to be the top of the range for taking profit. Because remember, we did want to see a breakout, but it didn't break out yet. So let's see what happens. Okay. Pin to the baseline, that's a good sign, but we'll see what happens. And plus, there's a lot of news coming up here, so God only knows. And bang, there's our breakout. Awesome. Good stuff. So price never closed below the baseline, so now we're up 140 pips. All right, and as you see, price just keeps right on going. Now there's news coming up, and it could just take all this profit away, or it could spike up again. And as you can see, it took it down. All right, so if you're swing trading and it's ahead of news, you better be out. Otherwise, it's going to take back all of your gains, all your unrealized gains. So imagine you're up 100 pips. You see this news and you get freaked out, so you try to click out on this candle close, and you only got 43 when you could have had 200. See, that's unacceptable. All right, so I'd say 200 is a good cap for that. All right, so that was good, and we'll do one more, and I think that'll give you more than enough ammo to get this started on your own. So let's try. Let's do. We didn't do it. I don't think we did any majors, so we'll do dollar CAD. Pick a random day. Get out of here. Okay. If I can find the calendar. I'll just go back. I don't know where my calendar went. Okay, so we're on February of last year, February 2024. There we go. All right. Okay, so once again, we start with a fresh chart. Price is above the baseline, so I'm looking for blue candles. Remember, if the trend is long, we're looking for blue candles, blue candle ranges. Okay, it started blue, didn't end that way. Okay, so we have a blue candle here. Here's the reason why I would not trade this is because number one, it's been trending. Well, number one, the first reason I wouldn't trade this is because it closed below the baseline. Second reason, it's been trending long for a while. Kind of just look back a little bit. So wouldn't be my first choice for a range. Next candle is not a money candle because it did not dip below this range either. So I wouldn't take that. That's me. Could be wrong, but you know. And as you can see, I was wrong because this one here, you can consider that an equal low. Again, it's an art, not a science. This is a low. All right, so the baseline did act as support here. See that right there? So if you see, if you would have determined that this was a money candle right here, let me put an arrow on that. If you would have thought that this, and I'll make this bigger, you said, you know what, this is close enough to that bottom of the range. I want to treat this as a money candle and enter here on the candle's close. You could have did that, and it hit the range, it hit the top of the range, right here. That would have been good for It's 39, 40 pips, which isn't a whole lot, but you know, it did work. You know, baseline was support, 20 EMA was support. Let's get rid of these drawings. Let's keep going. We'll do one more and then that'll be it. Okay, now obviously though, we're not taking that because no, it's below the baseline. It might be blue, but no. If price is below the baseline, we want yellow. So we're under it. I'm waiting for a yellow candle. Oop. All right. Yellow candle. High. Candle range low. And we do have a money candle here. So that's my entry. We'll do the little, I'll do the sell thing on TradingView since this will probably be our last one. I think you got the gist of it. So once again though, yellow candle, money candle spikes to the baseline here, closes inside the range. Let's see what happens. So far so good. Okay, still inside the range, a little bit of a retrace. And it looks like that's going to take us out. Yeah, that would have took us out. All right, so we lose. All right, so that would have been it. All right, this consolidation here, normally that's considered a good sign, but obviously your stop loss would have been above this money candle here. All right, so let's see here. I want to see if it now. See, and it kept going up. All right, so yeah. So shorts would have been demolished there. So that would have been a loss. And then eventually, and don't be upset if it does eventually come back down in your direction. It's you can't predict it. You can only react to it because the trend was obviously long. All right, so let me just remove these drawings here. And you know, why not? We'll go for one more. I hope you got your rules now. So price is above the baseline. So let's see if we can get a blue one. Price above the baseline, waiting for a blue candle. All right, blue candle here. Range high. Range low. Next, we're waiting on the money candle. Is it going to poke below the range and close back inside it? Let's see what happens. Let's see what the next candle gives us. We're not trading yet. We're waiting on our money candle. It looks good to me. Let's buy that. Stop loss goes below the low. Yeah, you can actually, and if you paper trade, you can like actually put it on here. Like, you know, you can do that for the stop loss. You can leave take profit open if you want, either way. Let's just go ahead and get through this. All right, and that, I don't know why it didn't stop me. Okay, yeah. Went up a little bit and then fell. All right, so if you would have moved to break even, you would have got a little bit of profit, but if not, price came back. Didn't quite hit the top of the range and then just sunk again. So that's that. So again, because the market is unpredictable, okay, no one can predict the market. I don't care what they say. You can only react to what you're seeing. So one rule of thumb some people have is if they're, let's say you're risking 50 bucks on a trade and your profit goes into $50, they'll move their stop loss to break even, or they may reduce their position size by half and let the rest ride. There's various approaches you can use to risk management, and we'll get into more into that in later videos. But for now, the point of this video was just to show you how to backtest the swing trade method using the 20 EMA and the ATR candles and trying to find some good ranges. As you can see clearly, and I want to reiterate, this is not 100%, but you can get some good wins, some decent wins, and some small losses as long as you set your stop loss and control your risk. So in conclusion, this video is just like training wheels. You got to take the wheels off and backtest this for yourself on TradingView. Swing trading can be an awesome opportunity for you to take your income to the next level with the candle range theory and using a baseline to help you ride trends. That's the point of this. And at the end of the day, to keep it very simple, you're just looking for pullbacks in the trend. Okay, you're just looking for pullbacks in the trend. And I'll show you just to illustrate this. Let's see if we can find the most recent one on this one that's already established. Right here. Let me make this big. That's all you're looking for is right here for a long. Let me put an arrow on it. Bang. Blue candle above the baseline. Probably you would have had to like drop down to a lower time frame to get a good entry on this. But at the same time, this is it. The blue candle gives you the pullback, and then look at all this trend here. Bang. Okay, all of that. That went for, from that one pullback on that blue candle, that went for 343 pips. Now that was from December 24th to, I'm sorry, December 9th to Christmas Eve, you know, but well, no, December 9th to December 18th. So quite a few days there. But at the same time, this is the idea of what you're looking for right here. Blue candles above the baseline. And let me see if I can find a yellow one below it. I'm just looking here now. Because again, I did not do this. Let me see, is that one? Nope. Let's try this one. Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, I guess this one will do. Yeah, this will do. Right here. Yellow candle below the baseline. Candle range high. Candle range low. And then price, like I said, in the ideal circumstance, price breaks out of the range and continues to trend. Like I said, no matter the pair, I like trading high ATR pairs, but at the same time, 200 would pretty much, 150 to 200, I believe is just more than enough to do decent. So, and this went for, I mean, more than 200 pips there. So, but that right there, that's all you're looking for. I gave you one long example, one short example, and that's all you're looking for. Control your risk. If you can bounce, if price bounces off that baseline and tanks, all the more better. This was a 4-hour chart though. You can also do this if you want to do this on a daily, you can, but the occurrences are going to be very rare. I like this for 4-hour chart. 1 hour, I haven't played with. If you want to try that, you can, but I don't. 4-hour works best for me if I want to use this method. So please be sure to like and subscribe to the video. I appreciate you watching. If you backtest this, let me know what you find. Let me know your results. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you hate it. And if you want to see more tips and tricks, definitely subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your time and attention, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.